It's a lot of going back and forth in time. This thing gets confusing in my head. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Part 3. Dial S for Sunny. The 1st of December, unseasonably warm, mist slipping to off and on rain. I have time to kill, and I remember an article stating Sonny Clark is buried, St. Mary's, Sharpsburg, plus a pic of the tree line near the grave. It's been 2 years since I read it, but I memorized the pic, and I'm standing in the damp trying to read geography for places familiar in a dusty brain. I spent an evening here almost 15 years ago with a girl and a star chart. We tried to pick out Cassiopeia, Ursa, Orion, and others. Funny, I can still barely find one of those constellations. I guess we paid more attention to each other than the stars that night. I try and keep footing. Occasional mudslips, wet grass, and rain remind me that I have an upper respiratory infection, and this does not make sense. Like most of my wanders, I don't even know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm here for the hunt. Fuck it if I fail. I think to the Paris Review article that got this search in my head. A harrowing moment crosses my mind when Clark and Lynn Halliday hang at W. Eugene Smith's place. Smith in the other room develops photos. Halliday cooks and Sonny ties off. The plunger starts down and Sonny slips away. Groans and gurgles drool down the side of the mouth, down his chin. Halliday thinks about the night his girlfriend brought Sonny around with CPR after an overdose, and he panics as Sonny fades. And he starts shouting, "Sonny! Sonny, can you hear me? Sonny! Sonny, can you hear me?" Skin on skin slap as he slaps Sonny's face. "Sonny! Sonny, stay with me! Sonny! Sonny! Sonny!" No one knows where you go from here. There is a galaxy only right here. We float among owls and stars, parallel here's flat nows, watching through interdimensional fogs. Sonny slowly slides back, revive, resuscitation. Pressure loaded into the body, life sparks along spinal columns into the center of a brain. Halliday never mentions what happens to Sonny. He washes the sweat from his face. Sonny fixes himself, rolls down his sleeve, and they both split for a cheeseburger. And I stand at the hill crest. Once a season you can see the Allegheny, but right now all you can see are bridges. Cars move here to nowhere. The long-defunct Henry Miller steel spring factory sparks the sky. Its workers' shadows hang on clouds. I walk back to the car, cataloging an inventory of names, Germans and Poles, Serbs and Italian, Greeks and Scotch-Irish, all buried on the hill, maybe with family, maybe alone, all resting under granite, under iron bar crosses, under lead pipes with concrete nubs, underground, where you can't tell any of their bones apart. It's been an hour, and I realize I remember the wrong cemetery. There's another graveyard on the other side of the hill. I become clouds and move with the afternoon. Katanning Pike, Greenwood Cemetery, almost already forgotten. It's grim that you can easily define the difference between the black and white sections. Even in death, this system ensures segregation. It only takes minutes before I match the photo in my head with the terrain. This section, headstones are scarce, but the dates that do exist match. Most burials from 1963. No one had bothered to place a stone. Everything is approximate. I stand for a while, withered in weather, sick to my stomach. The sessions were drying up in '62. I, Quebec, Dexter Gordon, Grant Green. You were all dried up. A shell until you sat at the piano. There was no surprise when the last overdose came. Needle in the arm, dead, forgotten, New York shooting gallery. The guy you were shooting up with dead too. Cops didn't give a fuck. They wrapped you both in body bags, not caring which dead junkie was which. Hell, you may be on a potter's field in Long Island. No matter which of you is buried here, it was the Baroness Königswarter, a patron and refuge of that era of jazz, who paid for your final flight home. Back down into Sharpsburg, I watch old women carrying groceries up Sharps Hill, same way it's been for 200 years. I count the wood houses regularly washed in the river. I listen to It Ain't Necessarily So, Gershwin rave up in hip 60s soul style, Grant Green as a leader tearing across the strings, Sonny taking his solo with fire, both of them locked in something beautiful, something spiritual, something beyond. Art Blakey's Thundersticks, you can hear him hollering through their solos, hollering as they trade licks. He was witness. He saw the light. Motherfucker, we all hope to be this beautiful.